Sana parked her bike next to a child's mountain bike parked in the garage. Then she followed Chris up the steps to the front door. Then, she heard a puppy barking from inside the house. Hearing the cry, Sana's face lit up.
Is that Bibi? Does he know that someone's coming already? Yeah, I think he heard you park your bike.
When Chris opened the front door, the puppy came running out barking. The puppy, wagging its short tail and spreading its paws, leapt at Chris's legs. Then, when he noticed Sana, he jumped on her.
Bibi, it's been a while. You've grown so much.
Sana squatted down and spread her arms, and when he jumped onto her lap, Bibi licked her face.
Oh, Sana, welcome in.
As the two of them were playing with Bibi outside the front door, Chris' mother came to greet Sana. I'm home, Chris said, and Sana bowed her head and said, hello.
Congratulations on your graduation, both of you.
The mother said, clapping her hands.
I saw you at the graduation ceremony, and Sana, you were the cutest. Please come in.
Mother said, and Sana responded with a smile, saying, thank you, and went up to the house with Bibi in her arms. Unable to bear the rambunctiousness of Bibi as soon as she stepped into the entrance, Sana put Bibi down on the floor.
I'm going to leave my backpack in my room,
Chris said, and headed off to his room. Sana said, I'm coming, too. Then Chris remembered the reason why Sana had come today. Oh, I see, Chris replied and softly whispered, we need to decide where to go. Sana nodded and followed after Chris. Then Chris' mother called her to stop.
Sana, I bought a really delicious cake today, it's from LeChant, let's eat it together.
Her mother clasped her hands together in front of her chest. Sana's eyes lit up and said, really?
I love the cakes there too, I'm so happy.
Great, then sit on the sofa and wait, I'll make some tea.
The mother said this and headed happily to the kitchen. Sana then shrugged at Chris. Apparently, she was acting out of concern for the mother. Even so, the way her eyes lit up when she heard it was cake was so real it was hard to believe she was acting. Maybe Sana should become an actress, Chris thought as he walked up the stairs. When Chris put down his backpack and came downstairs, Bibi started barking loudly.
What happened?
Sana asked.
Well, he said take him for a walk.
Chris placing his school bag in the room and returning had somehow become a signal for Bibi to go for a walk.
He's barking a lot, why don't you take him first? Yeah.
The mother was humming as she lined up the cups in the kitchen. The cake is already on the table.
Hey, Mom, can I take Bibi for a walk first? I'll be back soon.
Oh, really?
The mother said, glancing at Chris.
Alright, go ahead, I'll make sure there's some cake left for you.
Okay, I'm off then. Sana, I'm sorry, I'll be back soon.
As Chris apologized with his hands clasped, Sana stood up and said, hey, I want to go too.
Well,
Chris didn't mind, but he wasn't sure what his mother would say. Then Sana called out to his mother.
Mrs. Uemura, I'd like to go, too, can I go?
Oh, really?
The mother said, looking a little disappointed.
Well, you've come all the way here, so why not? Go ahead, let's have tea when you get back.
Yes,
Sana replied cheerfully. Once out on the street, Bibi took off running like crazy. Chris and Sana ran after him. Bibi ran swiftly towards the castle on the hill.
Bibi is really full of energy,
Sana said, watching Bibi stop and sniff the grass.
Yeah, it's like he never gets tired. But Bibi really must be the reincarnation of Bibi, his mannerisms and everything are just like Bibi when he was healthy.
Yeah. Chris's beloved dog, Bibi, had been with the family since before Chris was born, but he passed away 6 months ago. However, on the day he died, he appeared in Chris's dream and promised to come back to him in a new life. Sana recalled Chris calling her excitedly, saying that even though Bibi had died, he had been reborn. After that, Chris invited Sana to go with him to his relative's house to pick up the second Bibi. Bibi looked up at Sana from the bushes as she was lost in these memories. He doesn't seem to have a clear goal, and looks dissatisfied. Then, reluctantly, he raised one leg to pee in the grass, then ran off again towards the castle. Arriving at the castle, Chris and his friends sat on the edge of it as usual. The walls are about 4 meters tall, and from the top of this wall, the castle rising on the hill, the entire city can be seen in one view.
As usual, the view is amazing no matter when we come.
Sana said as she sat down next to Bibi. Chris nodded and petted Bibi, who was sitting next to him with his front legs upright. Then Bibi put down his front legs and lay down on the spot. Then the two of them plus one dog looked at the scenery unfolding before them in silence. After a while, Chris suddenly felt the urge to tell Sana his secret. He doesn't know why he thought that. He was going to keep it to himself.
Hey.
When Chris talked to her, Sana raised her ears and replied, "Yeah."
Actually, on the day Bibi died, I had a certain dream.
Sana tucked her hair that was hanging down on her cheek behind her ear and turned around.
I know, so you said Bibi would be reborn and come to see you again, right? Oh no, well, yeah, that's true, but before that I had a long dream.
Then Chris tried to tell her the details of the dream. But suddenly, Bibi stood up and started barking. What is going on? Chris and Sana both turned forward at the same time. Then, they saw a huge bird coming towards them. No, that's not a bird. Chris couldn't believe his eyes.
What's that?
Sana grabbed Chris' arm in fear. As it got closer, Chris became more certain of its identity. It has 2 horns on its long head like a horse, a long tail like a crocodile, and spreads its large wings like a jet plane as it flies majestically through the sky. That is definitely
a dragon.